Well, when you were going back to learn all these classic Sublime songs, was there anything like you found surprising or challenging about learning like the biggest hits?
Yes,
And
totally. Santeria is a challenge for me to play.
why is it the music or the vocal?
A little bit of both. I mean, it's a pretty simple song, so that might surprise people, and perhaps it is mental, because I know it's a big hit and I want to do it good. But I think literally only recently was I able to do the song justice live. I admit that fully. And I mean like really recently, like my Warped Tour performance. That I was like, okay, now we're at least like I'm in the ballpark of where I want to be. Because I'm constantly rating myself and that's why playing for Sublime is tough, dude. Like it's just different when it's your own music. Like I'm up there working a job, getting paid handsomely to do it more than I ever have in my life, and getting opportunities for doing it. And I'm up there fucking with this material that makes people feel emotions. That's a lot. How do you set aside all those pressures and just try to put on a good show? Well, I'm always looking for ways to improve because it is fun for me. I think that's how you know you are, that you have this thing, that you're a creative type or an artist type, or really any kind of person who likes getting work done. When you can see noticeable progress and you get that natural fucking hit of the chemicals in your brain, your reward centers are working. And my reward centers are fucked from years of drug abuse. So when I finally can do something to make the reward centers snap to it, it's very gratifying. And one of the new tactics I've been working on is like I listen to the isolated vocals of my father and just try to hear where the inflections would be. And if you can go back and listen to a lot of like Sublime live material, they weren't always firing on all cylinders, man. And that's fine. It's not to say I shouldn't try, but also they never played the self-titled record. My dad passed before they were able to play it. We have no idea how those songs might have been portrayed. They might have been portrayed wildly differently than their recorded album variants, but people only know the album versions.
And when you say Nepo Baby, I do find it so weird that like people would hit you with that title, because the reality of the situation...
I don't really think a lot of people do. I'm just trying to be I don't know why I'm trying to like preempt. I'm getting all defensive about it, but
I understand it. But the reality of the situation is like what you just said is true. Like your dad's tragically passed before he really experienced
success.
Yes.
Yeah, dude. And that's what people don't understand. Like, don't you think I'd rather just have the dad like alive? Like, I'll trade all this, dude. I'd be an English teacher at a heartbeat. If like, I would not be carrying this on had it not been for this horrible tragedy. And don't you think I had a million really close friends who took me aside in the HBO drama moment and like, kid, you don't have to do this. You don't have to have this weight on your shoulders. But no, fuck that. I absolutely do. This is my lot in life. And it's not that fucking bad, I have a lot of good people around me, and there's a lot of amazing parts, and the challenges that I get to overcome are gratifying when I do overcome them, and I'm confident that I'm the right person for this fucking job, dude. Never get that twisted.
What have you learned new about your dad since beginning this entire process?
Oh, man, everything, I mean, his whole personality, or at least the personality that he chose to show people in his writing is prevalent in that music. I mean, just listen to it. You could tell he was a person that loved his friends, that the people around him meant a lot. You could tell he was a man who was crazy about his dog.
Do you have any memories of Lou Dog?
Lou Dog I got a lot of memories of. Yeah, he was my pet dog all the way up until I was like 3 or 4, maybe 5. I remember having a neighbor kids over and like, you remember that board game Mousetrap?
Yeah.
And it's got all the silly shit and all the plastic stuff. And when your motor skills are still developing, you're like, I don't know how to fucking set the shit. I just want to play with the weird things. And you're like playing with them and stuff. There was one that kind of looked like a rake or a comb or something. I remember it being like a yellow piece. I guess it's not important to the story. But I was like petting the dog with it. I was fucking with Lou Dog with it or whatever. And he's just like, could do anything and he's fine. And then one of the other kids came up and like gently pat him on the head and he like bit them on the head as hard as he could. Like, he was just the most ornery, mean dog to anybody except my dad and then me, because I feel like dogs can like smell
yes.
Yeah, I think that's like a real thing.
Totally.
And we always had this bond, it was just, he was always there. I always remembered him being there.
That's funny. I think there are some stories that like Lou Dog would like run around the venues or whatever, biting fans at the shows.
Yeah, they got kicked off the Warped Tour because Lou Dog don't like skaters. He gets freaked out by the sound of the skateboard.